Hey guys, Old Ford's Garage here. I thought I'd give it a little update on the mud bogger. So I got the torque converter in it. I'm not sure if I had that in the last video or not, but that's in there. Motor's in. I got my new flamethrower Petronics set up in there. Billet distributor. And I just got to switch over these ends because these are the new style. I got to switch over the old style points, ends. Yeah, it's coming together. Got the headers back on it and starters back in it. Shouldn't be too long for this thing's running again. It's got to do a lot of wiring and stuff, but yeah, it should be pretty sweet. All right, I thought I'd film another little update. This is the day after I filmed the other one. I found some radiator hoses. I'm assuming these ones are for this truck. These are the only ones that fit, so these are the ones that are going on it. They're pretty ugly looking, but they should work. I got my flamethrower distributor in there. I got a belt routed on this thing. I'm not sure how it's going to work because this really should be ribbed, this idler pulley. But there's another way you can do this. This is the same way, but you take this and you just kind of truck it down onto this one, and then it comes around and goes on the alternator like that. But I don't know, hopefully it'll work. This was a belt I had laying around, so just throw it on there and see how she goes. If it kicks it off, it kicks it off. Oh well. Wider angle on this. There we go. Yeah, so should be okay. I gotta do the tranny lines next here. Oh yeah, I got the starter solenoid on in that spot. There's the fuel pump. I gotta put that on yet. I gotta put these tranny lines on. I got them there. I just gotta cut those ones, or cut the one and then plug the other one in there. Yeah, and then see about the fuel lines. Are not the greatest in this truck. I think I can fix them. They're just kind of plugged up, so I kind of hope they're okay. We'll see. Also could just run some gas through them and put that pump. We'll see how it goes. I still got to clean out the fuel tank probably, but I gotta tighten up that transfer case shifter. I got a couple little things to do for the end of today, but I thought I'd pop in and show you. I gotta do the oil pressure gauge. Well, let's make a little list here for us for mentally. We got oil pressure gauge. I need a fitting for that. We need to put the plug, convert these plug wires, put the fuel pump in, wire the alternator, wire the starter, you gotta plumb that part of the fuel system, just the back part. I don't know, it's getting there. Put the front end on it. Shouldn't take much. Alright, so I thought I'd film a bit more. I got the core support kind of on. I made some little brackets. This was just welded on, but I cut these out and put some bolts in them, so it's in there pretty good. I'm still figuring out the starter wiring on this deal. It looks like a mess. It isn't really that bad though. I just gotta figure all this stuff out. It's not that bad. Shouldn't take too long. And then next would be the wiring the distributor. Again, this not super horrible. But yeah, the front end's kind of on the core support anyway. Still gotta weld the shock mounts on it. The back is done. So I got the fuel cell in there, kind of thinking about where the overflow will go, or the vent tube. I got my fuel pump in there. Got it on a nice mat, so it'll be minty. Just coming along. All right, I thought I'd film another little bit here to update you guys on the progress. So we got the front fenders on it. Front end is on it. Headlights are in it. Grill is in it temporarily. Yeah, the fenders were kind of hard to put on because nothing really lined up, but we got those on there. As you'll see later in the video, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, stuff happens with that. You'll get to see later. But yeah, there is that update. So the front end's on it, and then I got some back mud flaps. Those are from old conveyor belts, and we zip tied them to the roll cage, so they worked out good. Yeah. I don't know. If you have any 2 cents, you can guess probably what happened. Okay, I'll just say it ran, and it ran pretty good. So I will show you that video next, I guess, of it running. We had a little bit of issues firing it up because the distributor was 180 out, which was my fault. I'm not very good with doing that stuff, but I know enough to be dangerous. And then we checked the firing order, and that was wrong after readjusting the distributor to the correct location. So after all that was settled, it started up with minimum effort. It was very cold that day, so it was kind of hard to keep it running, but at the end of the day, off camera, we did get it to idle for a little bit, but yeah, no, it worked out pretty good for sitting for 10 years, both this motor and the truck. So we're putting the radiator in it. It's time to do that now. I got all the oil pressure gauge and all that crap in it, and I can finally put this in it. So she'll be rocking and rolling, be able to get to drive it after. We'll be able to get to drive it because it's got coolant in it and run it longer. If that makes sense. That ain't going nowhere. As you can see, these rad hoses are absolutely beautiful. They've been spliced together, but they work. The bottom one's got here. Overflow. I'll cut that off. Remember, kids, always cut towards yourself. Well, that's just gonna have to be like that for now. Scenes have gotten smaller over time. So as you can see, this awesome, what looks to be an extension cord, and yes, it in fact is an extension cord. Used to be at one point. It is now the radiator fan wiring, which worked for years and it will continue to work. I'll just tie that up neatly. Let's see if the strands work. Or I could just go this way, actually. Then it won't be on the radiator. Flat-head screwdriver. So you guys are actually seeing me work, so thank Brandon, my friend. He is doing some filming for me today. And he'll be helping me put the heavy ass front bumper on this thing because it is not fun. I think it weighs about 180 pounds. I might be exaggerating, but I can barely pick it up by myself. I don't know if this rod hose is any good. Or this clamp is kind of skipping. I did find it in a bucket of crap, so maybe it might not be any good anymore. This one clamps good. I mean, that's all you need for belt clearance on that hose, right? It'll be fine. Radiator's in. So it's the day after I put the radiator in. I didn't get around to filming the rest of it. Me and Brandon just kind of talked and we hung out for a bit after we fixed his truck. We got the bumper on it. That was a little difficult, but he managed to get it on because the front end is so bent on this truck. You really have to kind of manipulate the bumper in to kind of make it fit, but it's on there now. We have one major issue. It can be fixed. The radiator leaks. Not horribly, but it leaks. We can fix it. It's just gonna have to come back out again. Down there at the bottom underneath that fan, can't see it, but like right in there, there's a hole. There's actually two on top of each other. And when we were putting water in this thing, it started pissing it on the floor, and it was, well, coming from those two holes. Those are the only holes that I know of, so I think they should be the only ones. It's kind of weird how it had two holes in it. Maybe it's just from it being moved around or something. I don't know. I didn't bump it or anything, so who knows? The truck has been apart for 10 plus years, so I mean, who knows what's happened to it. I mean, most of that time that radiator has been right there, so anyways, I got the bumper on it. It looks a hell of a lot better. I still got to put that skid plate on there and the mud flap for the steering and crap. There's Jasper. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, there you go, boy. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. The radiator's like that, but it's fixable. Just get some aluminum solder and fix it. That's all there is to it. Can't cry over spilt milk. Kind of sucks, but you know, away she goes. Next thing on the agenda for this truck, now that it's running, it did have a float sticking issue. Or sinking, or I don't know. The float was sticking, I think. I'll have to talk to my dad about it. But it needs a fuel pressure regulator, more of the story. That fuel pump is putting out too much pressure, so we need to put a pressure regulator on it. This truck ran fine from what I know of without a regulator, so I don't know why it would need one now, but same carburetor, same fuel system setup as it was 10 years ago, but I guess that fuel pump's better. No, that doesn't make any sense. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it never had one. My dad didn't mention it having one, so I don't believe it did. But yeah, no, it runs pretty good. It's got great oil pressure, probably about almost 60, 70 pounds at idle. So, I mean, it's a good little motor, hopefully. Should last a long while. yeah, but the good thing is it's running. We know it runs. We know it's not knocking, no ticking, no nothing. Oh, one other thing, the starter. So I don't know if you can hear in the video or not, but when I'm starting it, the starter hangs up on the flywheel when it comes back, when it starts, like the engine runs. So I'll start it, I'll let off the starter button, and it still keeps on going when the engine is running. But if I'm kill the ignition and I'm just cranking it over and I let off, it lets off normally. So I don't know what the fuck's up with that. Maybe it needs a couple washers in there or something. Who knows? But yeah, I don't want to kill that starter, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Throttle linkage. Gotta get longer carburetor studs for that, but that will be fixed. And I need a transmission linkage still, so I still gotta figure that out. Other than that, I'll be able to move after those things after we fix the radiator. But yeah, no, she's coming together. The front bumper on there. I did post some stuff on my TikTok about it, so I forget the name. I'll have to plug it so you guys can follow me on there. Odds are you're from TikTok watching this video, so that's not super end of the world. Yeah, but I'm glad this truck runs good. Yeah, just needs a few last little bits and tinkering and stuff, and it'll be good to go. Also, I'm pretty happy with this Pertronix system. I haven't driven the truck yet, but so far it's been pretty good. It started right up when everything was right. I have not put a multimeter on anything, so I know the coil's right, but I don't know if it's getting the correct voltage, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's running pretty good. It works good, for sure, I would say. So I highly recommend Pertronix. A lot of people make the mistake of wiring them wrong or, not installing them right, and that's why they suck for some people. But as long as you get the correct 12 volts key power to it, and I think it's almost better than an MSD in my opinion, because those boxes nowadays are getting pretty shit from what I'm hearing. So I'm kind of changed. I like Pertronix. I don't mind them. So I know they're like a Volkswagen type deal. I know a lot of Volkswagen guys run them. So they seem to work on this old V8 pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with it. I also like it. The reason why I chose Pertronix over, say, a regular Duraspark or a HEI distributor. One, the HEI distributors are fucking massive. Like, they're huge. They're bigger than Duraspark distributors, and those are known for being big. They're about this big, and they're tall too. So, if you look back here, my intake, I don't have very much room in there. So, I was worried if I get a HEI distributor, A, it's gonna fucking suck, and B, it's gonna be way too big and it's not even gonna fit. Because I haven't heard anything really good from HEI recently about HEI distributors. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. As far as the first start goes, it went pretty well. It did take a few tries because the distributor was out of time, and the firing order was a little bit wrong, but that was my fault. I'm not the best at that type of stuff. This is the second time I've done a distributor, aftermarket distributor, and plugs. The first time I did it was like 3 years ago on a small block Chevy in auto shop, and yeah, two completely different motors. But I mean, it's same same idea basically though. The main issue I had with this is this distributor was moved, and when I put the original one back in, I didn't even pay attention to where the rotor was pointing. So, or if it was 180 out even in the first place. So I just kind of stabbed this one in at top dead, I think on the right stroke, and it wasn't. So that's the way that was.
I don't usually go out this late at night to the place where the animals go. But baby, I'm here and I'm watching you. There's just one thing you should know. Girl, you are my fire, only true desire. Swear I'm not a liar. You should dance with me. You should get to know me. Kick it with the homies. Let go of your worries. You should dance with me.